My name is Captain Olimer. While traveling through space, my ship was struck by a meteor. I must have blacked out and I have awoke on the surface of a weird planet. With so many parts lost, the skeletal hull of my beloved dolphin is a painful sight. The engine is gone. I'm stranded! To make matters worse, my atmospheric sensors indicate that the planet's environment contains high level of poisonous oxygen. My life support systems can function for 30 days if I cannot repair the dolphin by then. No! Better not think about it. I must find the missing parts. So hello everyone, this is Pikmin. Very old game, but it just got ported to the Switch. So yeah, just gonna jump right in. This is my first proper playthrough of anything on this channel. And we're going to start out by interacting with this weird red thing, which just pushes you over. Love it. And sprouted a mysterious seed. A strange thing has appeared before me. I had barely begun my search while it reared up as if it were waiting for me. It then dropped a single seed. What is it? Is it alive? Is it a machine? It resembles a vegetable on my home planet that we call an onion. I shall call this an onion too. I'm not going to read, like, a lot of these. I'll just read a couple on the tutorial day, which is day 1. Because I suck at reading, but I'll pause so you can read if you want to. If you haven't seen Pikmin before. Oh wow, a weird plant. The seed that the onion dropped took root in the soil and has now produced an adorable little sprout. The sprout emits a strange light and it sways back and forth without the benefit of wind. I cannot help but think it is calling to me. I am compelled. I must approach it and press A. Because yes, he knows what the A button is, obviously. Extraordinary. When I plucked the sprout, it turned out to be a living creature. Not a plant. Picking it has done no visible damage, it just stands there staring at me. Its shape is similar to the Pig brand carrots I love so much. I believe I shall call it a Pikmin. Yeah, and then there's just controls and stuff. I already know all the controls. I have played this game a billion times. It's actually one of the first games I ever played. I had it on GameCube when I was little. And yeah, so I played it a billion times, and then it came out on the Switch, I bought it, and now I'm playing it again. And this is like the 8th time I'm gonna have completed it. So yeah. Astonishing, the onion has sown more seeds. The small red pellet the Pikmin harvested after cutting down a flower appears to be some type of food that can, I don't even know. The more Pikmin... propagate? Propagate? Sure, I don't know. The onion seems to be the sort of incubator. Needless to say, I must study this strange life form more. So yeah, Pikmin repopulate by getting food, or enemy carcasses later on in the game. These little things that they're carrying back are called pellets, and the flower that it got it from is called a pellet posy. And essentially, yeah, they just sprout more Pikmin. The number on them corresponds to the amount of Pikmin they'll give, with the exception of 1 pellets, which, if given to the correct color, so if a red Pikmin gives it to the red onion, it will sprout 2. But we'll get into that a little bit later, because there will be other colors of them. I don't know if it's a little known fact or something, but there is actually a hidden one up here, which is always handy to get, because the maximum amount of Pikmin you can get on the tutorial day is actually 25, when I've seen that most people only get 21. Which means that they'd be missing out on 2 pellets, which really confuses me, but because the only one I ever struggled to find was that one, but I don't know. Pretty cool little trick is if Pikmin usually stand and look up at the things that they give to the onion as they raise and get absorbed by it, I guess. But if you actually, because technically when they give something to the onion, they go into your party, but if you press X to dismiss them, they'll actually come back to your party, which makes it a lot faster. So yeah, that's pretty handy just to know. But yeah, I've been practicing a lot lately. I'm going for my personal best, which is 9 days. I have been playing Pikmin for, oh god, like I was like 3 or 4 when I started this, when I started playing this game. So I've been playing it for a long time, but I've been able to narrow it down to 9 days with no deaths. So that's what I'm going to be going for in this playthrough. Yeah, I do know quite a bit about this game because it is one of my favorite series, one of my favorite games, and I've been playing it literally all my life. But yeah, I have seen people who have been able to complete it, like complete each area in like 1 day or 2 days. Like for the impact site, seeing as you have to come back when you have blue. We'll get into that later. But yeah, I've seen people who can do that, but I'm unfortunately not able to. I'm just gonna ignore that for now, because I don't know why, I just kind of always like to do that. And we'll get all these pellets, get our Pikmin numbers up. I'm not going for a speedrun or anything, I just kind of like to do it as fast as I possibly can. I'm by no means a speedrunner, and I don't think I could ever speedrun this game. I actually watched someone who speedrun the whole game and 100%ed it in an hour last night, and I was like, hello? Like, I thought I was good at the game. But yeah, no, I do not compare. And I'm kind of jealous. So what else can we talk about right now on this first day? If you look at those numbers, essentially the bottom number, or the fraction looking numbers, the bottom number is how many Pikmin are required to carry that item, and the top number is how many Pikmin are currently carrying it. So for this 5 pellet, 5 Pikmin are required to carry it, but we can actually have up to 10 on, which will make it go back faster. That will make it carry it back faster. That's just saying that you can hold A to pluck the Pikmin, which is actually a neat little change that they added to the Switch version. In previous versions of the game, that being the GameCube version and the Nintendo Wii port, you would actually have to mash A, so it's just a little quality of life update. Amazing, there is no mistaking it. My ship's engine rests before my very eyes. By a stroke of pure luck, I have already stumbled upon the most important piece of my damaged craft. Fate has smiled upon me, but how will I get it back to the dolphin? I wonder. What? They're carrying it? No way. Hello? Carry it? Thank you. Wow, that one Pikmin just had to ruin what I was saying. Make me look like a fool. But yeah, another thing that I did note that the game did point out, which I skipped over, is, as you can see, Pikmin in my party are completely saturated in colour, but when I throw them, when they're not doing anything, they actually turn a pale colour, which is exclusive to Pikmin 1. They stopped doing that in the other games and just had that little light around their leaf. But yeah, it's basically just a way to distinguish between Pikmin that are either with you, doing a task, or just being lazy. But funnily enough, if, let's say, pressing X dismisses your Pikmin and puts them into a little pile and they all go pale, but actually, if you dismiss them right next to something, even if they are doing a task, they'll remain pale. Just a little thing I thought I'd point out, I guess. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the first day. Pretty simple day, just grab your Pikmin and get up your Pikmin numbers. Well, 25's the most you can get, but yeah. And now we've got our first of 30 parts, which ironically enough is the engine and was exactly where he landed, so Olimer's quite lucky. I mean, it would be a pretty boring game if that didn't happen. And he's very happy. Oh, glorious, with the help of these Pikmin, I've taken a huge step back towards home. My ship can once again lift off. The glimmer of hope has begun to burn more brightly, but what has become of the remaining parts? The search starts tomorrow. So yeah, at the end of the day, there's this little sequence where he basically does this little walk and then gets rid of the Pikmin, and then goes to his ship. And it's kind of influenced by things that happen during the day, so if you leave a Pikmin behind... Oh, there was... What? Hang on, there was one at my ship. I've never seen that happen before. What? What just happened? One of the Pikmin was like stuck at the front of the ship. I hope that didn't like leave it behind. I don't even know if that's possible. That's really strange. I've never seen that happen before. But yeah, that little cutscene is influenced by things that you do throughout the day. Which we won't see later on because I'm planning on not killing any Pikmin. But yeah, also at the end of the day, he has this little like diary entry and he's basically just saying stuff, and then he kind of recaps how many more days and how many parts there are. You can read it if you want, but I'm not gonna bother, because I've read them a billion times. And then this is just little graph. The little red line is the growth of the Pikmin population, and sprouted means how many you made or like grew, and then lost in battle is ones that died to hazards and enemies, and then left behind I can get into a little bit later. Well, I'll get into in this next day. So now we're on to the next area, which is the Forest of Hope. I've been able to strategize, and I'm now able to get 4 parts in the first day of the Forest of Hope. So that's what I'll be aiming for again today, but yeah. It's not too hard if you know what you're doing, I guess. Not to like toot my own horn or anything. My dolphin has returned to the surface along with the Pikmin's onion. Being alone in this strange planet makes me somewhat uneasy, so I should call the Pikmin out of the onion. All I need to do is stand under the light beneath the onion and press A, because again, he obviously knows what A is. I think it's kind of funny that he kind of just breaks the 4th wall. I know, like, it's kind of needed to, you know, tell the, controls and stuff of the game, but I think it's just really funny. So basically what I've done is I threw a couple Pikmin at the pallet posies. Oh, I'll go into that in a sec. This one, as you can see, is yellow. That's because it's intended for another type of Pikmin. Essentially, bringing back a palette of one palette of another color, or any palette of another color, will give you less Pikmin. In the one palette's case, it will only give you 1 Pikmin as opposed to 2 if it was a red one. I believe if you bring back a 5 palette, it only gives you 3, and if you bring back a 10 palette, it only gives you 5 if it's a different color. So yeah, it's always important to try and get the corresponding color, just because it does help in the long run. Now what I'm actually going to do, and what that little cutscene was about before that I skipped over, is this yellow nectar. You can actually feed it to your Pikmin, and they will have flowers on their heads. And basically there are 3 stages to Pikmin. There are flowers, leaves, and buds. Leaves being the weakest, flowers being the strongest, and the higher the tier, the stronger and faster they are. So they will carry back things faster, walk faster, and they'll just be stronger in combat. So yeah, all we can really do right now is break down that wall. It's always important to try and get your Pikmin as strong as they can be. And right now we just got to focus on repopulating. With these, those are our first enemies that we've encountered. Those are called dwarf Spotty Bulborbs. You can pretty much just one-hit them if you throw a Pikmin on top of them. And occasionally they will throw pellets like you just saw. They will drop pellets, rather. It's a little bit hard to talk and concentrate, but I guess I will get used to it. So yeah. Even though these are pellets of different colors, I do just need to try and get my numbers up, so I am just going to take them back. Because my strategy involves getting 80 Pikmin at the start of the day. Because just it helps a ton, and I guess I'll get into that later. While those are carrying these things back, the pellets and such, I'll kill these dwarf Bulborbs. I'm just giving them the required amount of Pikmin because they should be able to sort. No, okay. That's a life lesson. Never let your Pikmin do anything by themselves because they just won't listen. Alright, now while those are doing that, I'll get these Pikmin on here. My apologies if I do kind of ramble and get a bit frazzled when I'm talking or commentating. I'm trying to process everything, but it's kind of hard. So yeah, I essentially just have been playing Pikmin a ton lately, and Pikmin 4 comes out in 2 and a bit days now, as of recording this. So I'm very excited, and I thought, I guess, to commemorate that, do this. So yeah, now we're just going to pluck all these. Unfortunately, we got no extra nectar, so I won't be able to turn them into flowers, but that's okay. We'll just have to make do. Yeah, plucking is very slow in this game. It kind of sucks, and it takes up a big chunk of time, but there won't be many instances where I'll need to mass pluck things. yeah, like where time is of the essence in this playthrough. Because there only should be 2 more days where I really need to pluck anything, really. But even the second day can kind of be avoided, which we'll get to later. Okay, so while those other Pikmin are working on that gate over there, what I am going to do is chuck my Pikmin all onto this ledge. So red Pikmin, I will tell you now, cannot go in water, which is why I'm throwing them here and not bringing them through here, but Olimar can, because he's in a spacesuit which prevents him from getting hurt by that hazard, I guess. I was going to say hazards in general, but there are other hazards which he does get affected by. So this is the first part. Don't you dare wake that up. That's the first part we found. It's called the Shock Absorber, and we're going to kill this Spotty Bulborb, which is what this is called. And then I'm going to make these guys carry it back. God, commentary is hard. I'm trying to focus on what I'm doing and talk. That's crazy. Alright. So those guys will bring that back, and then we'll just go over here and get these guys to work on this gate, hurry this up a bit. I forgot to explain at the top where that sun thing is. That is basically the time kind of meter. So the big dots indicate like big milestones in the day, or like points of time. So that big dot right in the middle is midday, so half of the time for the day, because all days other than the first day are actually on a time limit. Alright, now what I'm gonna do is call these guys back, because they can take that back later. I'm just going to quickly clear out these enemies over here so I can start working on something over there while these guys take those other parts back. But first we need to clear out these so we have no deaths. Alright, we're doing pretty good so far. I should be able to get all the parts that I wanted to today. Alright, cool. Now I'll come up to this, which is actually our second onion, which introduces us to the second type of Pikmin that we'll be getting in this series. So yeah, that's going to sprout a seed, and what I'll do is I'll just quickly go chuck the rest of my reds on those 2 parts. I only need 70, so that's all good. So I neglected to show off this part over here before, but this is the Eternal Fuel Dynamo. Olimar states that it gives him unlimited power, which, you know, that would be lovely if we had that. It would solve a lot of issues. Not that the government would probably give us access to it, but anyway. These guys can take that back. He's basically just saying that it's midday and that he needs to hurry up, and explains what the sundial is. Alright, they've got that. So while they do that, I'll come over here and get the Pikmin. Yeah, so this is my most effective path and like strategy in this game. There are definitely more effective paths, and you may watch this and see lots of areas where I could have improved, but this is just how I do it. Okay, so he carried that back. I'll try and repopulate some of the yellows. So yeah, each Pikmin has their own strengths and such. We can't really get into the red strengths, or their specific, one of their specific strengths right now, but basically yellow Pikmin can be thrown quite high, which is one of their abilities. Okay, there's the Eternal Fuel Dynamo. So that's 2 parts so far. We should be able to get the last 2. I'll just make these guys carry... No, the Dwarf Bulborb. While I go get the reds, just so they're being productive. While I go get these Pikmin. Come here. Okay, so we're doing pretty good so far. No deaths, pretty much on time. Now I'll just leave these Pikmin here, because I don't want them to carry anything. Okay, so now we'll get into the second of Yellow's abilities, which is they're able to pick up these special little rocks, which look really cool, actually. I've always really liked the look of them. Hello? Dude, pick up the rock. And these aren't just ordinary rocks, they're actually bombs, so we can blow up this wall here, which actually cannot be broken by Pikmin. That's just basically saying that they're explosive. Now what I'm gonna do, if that red wants to get up, is go in here and attack... Oh, actually, what I'm going to do first... Oh, no. Okay, so I'll kill this dwarf Bulborb. Aha! Now that enemy actually sucks. Whoa, 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 whoa. So that is called a sheer grub. No! Oh! Okay. So there are two types of sheer grubs in this game. There are the purple ones, which are the males, and there are the white ones, which are the females. Purple ones can kill Pikmin instantly, and there is nothing you can do about it. If it grabs one in its mouth, it is dead, and there is nothing you can do. So what I like to do is actually go in here with Olimar and take them out, because I just think it's less risky. And then come in with the reds and knock everything else out. Alright, so here we're going to get the next part, which is the Whimsical Radar. Some of the parts actually do have, well, actually, it's pretty much only that part that actually has another effect besides... No, no. No, 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 stop it. Oh my god. Yeah, the Whimsical Radar actually has another effect besides just being a part that you can get towards your ship count, which we'll get into soon when they bring it back. But for now, we very quickly need to get all these yellows. And there'll be another cutscene in a second, or there should be. Okay, we'll just throw some of them there. We'll get some more bomb rocks. If you basically see these tin cans, they have bomb rocks in them, which is very useful. We gotta really run. We should have more than enough time. There are a couple more things which I am able to do in this day if I am time effective, which would be very useful in the long run. There we go. Alright, so that's 11 bomb rocks, so that's pretty good. So, yeah, this light grey wall took 3 bombs to take down. But, over here we have a dark grey wall, or a black wall, which actually takes more. I hope that hit the wall. I think one more should do the trick. Yeah, cool. Alright, now we very quickly should get our reds over here. To take that back. I say the reds just because the reds will be a lot faster because a lot of them are flowered. Yeah, so these white sheer grubs, they actually don't cause any do any damage, so I really don't want to waste my time killing them or anything. Okay, one more ship part, and then you'll be able to expand the capabilities of the ship, which means we'll be able to go to a new area, and we'll definitely be able to get that back in time, so they can work on that. And while they do that, actually, I might, like, make them take back other things, so they go back. Oh, crap. Okay. Okay, well those guys can take that back, and then the rest of them can come with me. Because what we can actually do is go through here. If we're quick. Up. Yeah, something which is infuriating is leaf Pikmin tend to trip a lot, which is, yeah, very, very, so this is the Whimsical Radar. basically you can actually see where all your Pikmin are. So reds are obviously reds, yellows are obviously yellows, and green ones are ones that are planted in the ground. If we're very quick here. Okay, there we go. So we got the bolt back just in time. I feel like I wasted some time somewhere because this is a lot closer than it usually is for me. So yeah, now the ship can go to a different place because it has increased flight capabilities. Yeah, sorry, I've kind of been just skipping over everything. It's kind of a force of habit because I've read everything a billion times. So yeah, not only can bomb rocks destroy stone walls, but you can actually... Why did that wake up its mother? Okay. You can actually also throw them at the other walls to just do them faster. And basically this countdown is the end of day. If any Pikmin aren't with you or at base, or in the ground, then they will actually perish. But all my Pikmin are either with me or in the ground, so that's all good. So yeah, they can either be in the ground with you or at 96, 97, 98, yeah. Or in this little base area or close to an onion like that one over there. So, we did that, geez, that was actually really stressful. Yep, so we did this day. Yeah, this is a little sequence I was referring to earlier. If you have any Pikmin in your party, he will dismiss them here and they'll go back to their onion. So the yellow onion won't actually stay over there. If you look closely, there are 2 other spots, just like where the red onion is, and the yellow onion will go to one of those spots the next time we visit here, or any other place. So basically, at the end of the day, if any Pikmin are left behind, they'll get eaten by an enemy, and in this case, it is a Bulborb. Yeah, a Spotty Bulborb. He's just talking about the radar. Yep, so we have 0 lost in battle and 0 left behind, which is really good. And next, we'll be going to the 3rd area in the game, which is called the Forest Navel, which, if I'm effective, I should be able to get 5 parts in this day. Which is really good. No deaths so far. Yeah, I had to actually reset quite a few times because I kept making really stupid mistakes, but I think I've learned from those, which is really good. Okay, so this area actually terrified me as a kid. I only ever went to it in the preview at the start of the game, because if you wait on the title screen in the first 2 iterations of the game, not the Switch one for some reason, they kind of got rid of it, and I'm not exactly sure why. Sorry, let me just do some maths real quick. That'd be 70, so I want 65. That will leave me with 20. Okay. Alright, so what I want to do is make these guys work on that. And then leave these here, because red Pikmin can't go in water, but blue Pikmin can. Which is what we have just found. But yeah, as I was saying, the little cutscenes, like, and demo videos weren't actually in the Switch version, aren't actually in the Switch version, but they were in the original too, and I was always scared of the Forest Navel, so I only ever looked at it there for the first, like, year I started playing this game, but then eventually I was able to finish and beat the game. When I was quite young, actually, too, I was, like 6, maybe? I think I was in, like, prep, because in Australia we have... Oh, actually, I'll leave that. In Australia, we have 3 types of schools. We have... Oh, no. Yeah, well, we have 2 schools. But we have years 1 to 12, and also prep, which is before year 1. Which is like, yeah. I don't know. It's kind of like a transitional period into school from kindergarten. So, yeah. Now, this enemy is called a bread bug. It's really annoying. Actually... it will try and steal pallets, but you can defeat it by doing that. What I'm actually going to do is, because I don't want to kill it completely yet, because it's in the water and I don't want to have to get a bunch of blues, what we're going to do is we're going to make these red guys and bring them back up here, which is part of my strategy. And then there actually is a second way to attack it other than just making it hit its head on the onion. Oh, and these guys finished that, which is really good. You can actually kind of just hit him, and that'll finish him off. And he has a part in him, which is pretty cool. That's the space float, which is actually not required to beat the game. To beat this game, or to just, like, win it at all, you actually need 25 specific parts. But yeah, that is, so there are 25 parts that are required to get the good, a good ending of the game. Or, the good ending of the game, I suppose. If you don't get all 25, then you'll fail and get the bad ending by day 30, but if you get all of them, you'll get the best ending, basically. Yeah, I can't think of any other way to put it. So yeah, those guys are up there getting that. I don't actually want to carry anything all the way back yet, because there just is a shortcut that I can do, which I found to be a little bit more effective. So I'll just get them to bring it over here, and actually I'll get them to move the space float out of the way, because I have seen the people call the Pikmins rather carrying that that gear, which I think is called the automatic gear or something like that. I've seen them push the space float into the water, which is the opposite of what I want. So yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the automatic gear. Yep, cool. The automatic gear. Alright, so now I'll just want to keep on sprouting those blues till I have at least 15. Oh, I'll get them to take back this 5 pellet. And then I should have 19, which is the most I need. Now, what I'm actually going to quickly run over and do is, seeing as these reds are going to be kind of idle for a while, I'm going to bring them over this way. Any of you don't grab onto that float, please. What I'll do is put those on that grass, put some of these on here. So this little kind of woody thing, if your Pikmin attack that, it kind of makes a bridge. These ones are just shortcuts, but they're very convenient. They're not required, but they make life a lot easier and get ship parts back a lot faster, or certain ship parts. I'll leave those there because it's good to have red flowers. And then what I'm going to want to do is, we'll come back to that later. They'll be fine over there because there's only enemies which won't hurt them there. So actually, speaking of, as you can see on the left, there are fire geysers. One of the red special abilities is that they actually won't be hurt by fire. They're completely immune. And there are enemies over there, which are called fiery blowhogs, which fittingly blow fire. They're kind of like hogs that kind of blow fire, but seeing as reds are immune to fire, they will be absolutely fine. I love how that yellow just completely tripped over there. This is the #1 Ionium jet, another ship part. Yeah, this is really hard trying to work fast and do commentary. God damn. Okay, so I'll get these bomb rocks. Which, is that all of them? Okay, I thought there was more. I can break that little wooden thing to get them up there, but it's much quicker just to throw them. And that little chime that you heard in the background is Pikmin completing a task. So one of the wooden bridges that I put the reds on has been finished. Okay, so these bomb rocks are just going to be used for breaking down walls, essentially. So I'll want to break down this wall here. Now, starting in the Forest Navel, which is the place we're in now, I don't actually remember if I said that, walls will take double the amount of bomb rocks to destroy, which is good fun. Oh, they're actually both done. And I think my yellows were attacking a, oh, I'll just actually put them into that nectar for now. So yeah, this is a fiery blowhog. We really don't have to worry about those with the reds, as I said earlier. Alright, up here is another one of the ship parts, which I'm going to be able to get today. I'll just get these guys to work on this. And And I'll take the rest of the reds and I'll get them to carry back another ship part. Yep, so as you can see in the bottom corner, if you were paying attention, that fiery bowhog did actually, you know, blow out some fire. Oh, for a second, my text tone is like a sound from Pikmin when an item or a ship part gets like hit out of an enemy, and I was like, wait, what died? Because I got a message on Discord. Oh god, that was really funny. Alright, so what I'm gonna do now is go over here. We don't need the blues for the rest of the day. Oh my god, can I get up, please? We'll get these guys to take that back. Take out some more reds. So yeah, we'll basically just need reds and yellows for the rest of the day. That's the other one done. Perfect. Alright, so we'll be able to get 3 ship parts here, and then I'll be able to for the rest of the day, I should be able to get 2 more ship parts, as well as open up some areas for the next time when we come back to the Forest Navel, which should be in 3 days, if my math is correct. So we'll get the automatic gear and the space float back, because I'll just go for 100%, why not? And while they're doing that, actually, I'll use these guys to break down a wall. Now I have to be very careful here because there's quite a lot of sheer grubs and another... Yep, there we go. There's quite a lot of sheer grubs and a new enemy, which you'll see right there, which is actually a green one, which is called a sheer wig. Sheer wigs have the ability to fly, so once they get damaged too much, they will actually jump into the air and you have to throw a Pikmin at them to get them back down. Jesus. Okay, there we go. So that was the space float, I believe, got carried back, and there is the automatic gear. If the sheer... Oh god, okay. Those sheer wigs might be a problem. Oh my god, just don't get eaten, just don't get eaten. Okay, what I'm gonna do is throw those back up there. Okay, that's fine. This wall really isn't compulsory, it's kind of just ease of access for the next time we come. So I'll leave those there, they should be fine. I'll get these reds to work on this ship part over here. Okay, so this is the gravity jumper. It's basically just a huge spring. Hopefully they'll all get onto the gravity jumper. And then I'll go get the last part that we're going to get for the day. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just take the reds because, again, yeah, there's a lot of fire in this area. So it's just easier. Oh, get up, dude. We don't have time for this. Okay, let's go. Actually, I will take some more. Oh, God, okay. Take some more just so they can carry it back faster. What I am actually gonna do is just... First, we'll kill this evil demon. This is literally hands down the worst enemy in the game. This is called a Wollywog, or a Wollyhop, I think they've renamed them to. Basically, it's a frog, and it jumps in the air, and anything underneath it dies instantly. And it's awful, believe me. It may look like I'm making, like, killing it quite easy, but, it is awful. Alright, now that is dead. If you're not careful, it can be devastating. That is dead. I'll kill some of these sheer grubs. Or not. So yeah, Olimar actually can get hurt, and if he takes too much damage, he will actually die, and it will instantly end the day, and you'll waste a day, essentially. But he can actually get healed at the ship. Basically, I just want to knock out these purple ones. If you do throw Pikmin directly onto it, onto the sheer grubs and such, they should die instantly. But I just like to get them out the way like that. We need to be very, very quick. Okay, now that's all done. We'll very quickly go over here if the Pikmin want to hurry up. Yeah, it seems I'm actually a bit behind schedule, which is unusual. So this is a Puffstool. It only basically has one attack. It's actually quite pathetic, but we won't be able to see it because I'm just too skilled. Let them all get on there. I really don't have time for this red Pikmin. Cool. Alright, so they should be fine. I'll quickly go back and heal, and then I'll quickly see if I can just do one more... Buddy, what the hell? Alright, I'll go get that one Pikmin later. I'll see if I can do one last thing just before the day's out. What I am actually going to do is... Oh my god, there's one over there. There's some over here too. Wow, my management's not on point today. So yeah, if you are ever hurt, you can just go into the ship, this ship's little beam and it will instantly heal you. By pressing A. What I am going to see if I can do is see if I can just get another wall down quickly. Those guys should be fine. So yeah, fire will actually hurt yellow and blue Pikmin. Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to get the wall down, but I'll give it a go. Don't have time. Yeah, no, there's no way I'm gonna have time. But maybe I'll be able to get down a little bit. Alright, cool. So they got that back. So I did get the 5 parts that I wanted to get today, which is good. We'll see if we can at least chip down this wall a little bit. Really, Pikmin? Oh! I just had a complete brain fart. I lost one. Oh, do I really want to redo everything? Well, I was going for no deaths, but I really don't want to have to do that again. My brain completely, I don't know what I was thinking. It caught on fire, and that's why it got left behind. Because when they get caught on fire or like a hazard like that, they're not in your party anymore. Oh, that's really infuriating. Oh, that's really annoying. Oh well, I'm not doing all that again. That was such a brain work. Oh well, I got the 5. I only lost 1 Pikmin. I have done it before with 0 deaths, but I'll just do it with 1 death, whatever. That's fine. So yeah, that's the first 3 days. That's really all I wanted to do for now. I'll have this, seeing as I can do it in 9 days, I'll just split this up into 3 videos, so this will be the first one. But yeah, that's the first 3 days. Hope you enjoyed. I haven't really done anything like this before, but yeah, I am in love with this game, and I just wanted to do something like this, so yeah. Next time we'll be going back to the Impact site to get the other remaining part here, then we'll be finishing off the Forest of Hope, and then finishing off the Forest Navel. And then we'll be going, in the episode after that, we'll be going to do 2 other areas and finishing those off. So yeah, hope to see you next time.